Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Measure 2019 Stage Racer, episode number 71. We're right at the end of the Dauphine. It's the final stage. I do believe I mentioned 3 climbs in the last episode. Yeah, it's even tougher than that. It's 4 climbs, back to back to back to back, with a finishing climb that is 12 kilometers at a 9% average gradient. And it's one of those brutal recent trends in the Tour de France where it kind of started short and lots of climbing, 115 kilometers only. So stamina rating actually doesn't mean anything today. It's all resistance. Stamina doesn't kick in till over 160k, so we are well below that mark. So this is all just climbing and resistance. We'll see how the first climbs are. I do have the lead now as we enter this one, which is fantastic. But how will we hang on to this? Can we hang on to this? I certainly will not have the team support around me, but of course the other 2 best riders in the field, well, honestly, they're in the same boat I am, as they don't have the support either for a change. And so the 3 top riders, Mulan, Moss, and I, are on teams that didn't send their best. That could help give us a chance. A lesser team with a lesser rider who's on the fringe, on the back end of the top 10, might be the one pulling the strings and pushing the tempo. Otherwise, it means the peloton actually could be a little more reserved, a little less aggressive early on. And if that's the case, 2 things could happen. One, Breakaway could end up winning the stage because they could pull out a pretty good gap. But also, it could make it more of a final climb shootout. Or will the pace be heavy early on and the field just blows up and we're down to a small group by the end of the first, second, or maybe the 3rd climb at the latest? We'll find out. I have an 11-second lead over Moss, 14 over to Mulan. That is very, very close. Unless it's finishing as a group 1, 2, 3, where I do have enough for finishing 3rd or even 4th to cover the time bonuses as long as we cross the line together. I still essentially need to win to not lose this race. Everything to play for here on this final stage. Should be loading in just a second. I am staying live. I'm staying with the loading screen here just because this stage deserves full coverage, because this could be crazy from the very, very beginning.
It is under a bright sun that today's race will be run.
Okay, finished top. Everybody's a teammate. And we're going to send everybody forward. And we've got Edie. I certainly don't want to be taking turns. Edie, not a great climber, so he actually could work the front, and we'll have him do that. But I'd like to get the whole team up to the front of the field right away. If we're in the lead, we're the ones that are going to have to control this as best we can. And so we do. No breakaway yet. I'm sure riders are coming. Now, Massey, I would like to protect with somebody else. So we'll take a couple of the weaker riders. Protect Massey, protect myself. And then the other few can control tempo. Alright, so we're going to put Massey in place now. Okay, Killen is definitely one of the weaker ones who could work at the front. Edie might be on protection once the other guys get up here. There's Barrow. Barrow's got a little bit of punch to him. I think I need to get kind of the stronger climbers. Now, that was not us chasing them back. That was somebody else. Here comes the next attack. Pace slowed for a moment, though. Allowed some of my guys to get forward. Okay, here's Ermino. Ermino's a terrible climber, so he's definitely one of the... Seriously, you three? Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, Turgis is up there now. I do not want 3 riders in the break. No, thank you. Alright, well, there really aren't any climbers. Ermino, go back to the front. Killen to the front. And Edie to the front. Alright, so I got 2 guys protecting Massey and I. I see the pace already has been crazy. We're about to hit the first climb. 15 kilometers, 6.4%. Max is out at 20, but it's very little section. 1 red section. But these 3 all involved in just a mild chase. But at this point it does appear that the field, not my team, the field is opting for we don't like the break. Everybody's looking for a chance to win, and it's blowing up the field. I'm doing okay. Massey's doing okay. Everybody else is pretty dang tired already. Gap's up to 46 seconds. There's a chance that this group will finally stay away, but EF really not letting them go. And see, who else is that that's working with them? Is that direct energy? Are they in this field? Alright, so we're on to the climb. Let's get Killen to back off. Just maintain position if you could. Same with Ermino. Whoa, and the field just split massively. It's not going to stay like this. It's 16 riders right now. Wouldn't that be something, though, if we were already down to a group of 16 for the entirety of this race? That would be crazy. Again, it splits. Like I said, this would be crazy if we're down to a tiny group this early on the first climb. It is getting smaller. It is absolutely getting smaller here. Movie Star, 4 riders. And no, that's Jumbo Visma. That's Martinez. So, Movie Star supporting Thomas. Thomas is 7th, 4:16 behind. Jan Hurt is 12th. Ederaldi, punchy guy, and Betancourt. They've got 3 strong climbers here, but they're not in a good position. So this is actually ideal if Movie Star can truly blow up the field. 20 riders just made contact, so we're up to 35. That is still a very small group, and the groups behind are small. The groups behind are small, but another group makes contact, so we've really sat up. Movie Star sat up. The moment they sat up, now they go back to the front. Jan Hurt, there you go, ups the tempo, and it immediately starts to thin the group out again. That big acceleration there. Massey, I'm trying to allow to recover. I don't want to protect him. I want him to just kind of sit on. Set him to an 85. Hopefully he can stay here. I'll be fine for this first climb. It's Massey that I'm just hoping. Let's go with the Transcend. Oh, split! Group of 5. It's not going to stay away, though, these 5. No way. Group of 7. That's 2 breakaway riders. Back down to a group of 5. So, here's Moss. There's Froome. That's Madaway. Breakaway, though. For Gil. Martinez. Okay, we're back up to a group of 20, but Massey is not in it. So, wow. 13 riders chasing 1 rider. I did not expect this on the first climb. I mean, I mentioned the possibility, but it was certainly an unexpected thing. Moscon's here. Moss is here. Dumoulin's here. Hershey. It's Hershey's 5th place, 3:49 behind. Huron is here. .9. You know what? I could actually put in work for a little bit. Let's up the tempo. If we're a group of 16, we might as well have a group of 16. This puts me in a really good place as one of the better climbers to thin this thing out further and further and further. So a little acceleration when we're almost to the top. I've got plenty of time to recover. That thins the group out. We're down to 13, and look at that, how quick it's down to a minute. And we catch the guy at the front. I actually go over the top first and lead the KOM competition. 10 riders. Now I sit up. I will recover, and now it's just a group of 10. Now, a few guys will probably come back at us before we hit the next one, but a group of 16 with 3 climbs to go favors me. There you go. 1 came back. The other 3 came back. We're up to 14. Gaps behind us are shrinking. Somebody at some point will take the lead. I won't do it all myself. I do want to fully recover here. 80k to go. Let's go ahead and grab water. $17 now. But at some point, groups just will not be regaining contact. So 17 is a nice small group. The next group behind us is a minute down, and it's only 4 riders. And I'm almost completely recovered before we begin this Category 2 climb. And again, with just 17 of us, this is a totally different ballgame. And I'm back to full strength. Massey is a minute and a half behind, and it's a minute to the next group. So is he Group A2? No, he's Group A3. Barguil doing the work for now. Uphill, flattens out, then we begin the climb. This climb's a lot more intense by 1% anyway, so it's a 7% gradient, but it's only 7k. Maxes out at just under 11. This is definitely the weaker climb of the day. Still a good recovery period after, though. So while I don't want to go all the way down, I can certainly get down to about a quarter yellow bar. So I'm okay with upping the tempo again here. As we see Tish Benoot. Where is Benoot in the standings? Benoot, 8th place, 520 behind. He's not really a concern. So we're seeing a little attack. Guys wanting to get in the breakaway again. Now at this point, forming a break is not a good thing. Right? We have a small group. We would have to chase that down. But at the same time, if it's the right guys in it, it's not exactly a big deal, is it? Okay, let's just sit on. These guys are chasing hard enough themselves. $3K to go to the top. We're down to 12 now in the peloton, plus the 1 away. So we've lost 4 riders, and the gaps behind are pretty big. 2.5K. Little acceleration to leave these guys behind, or get blocked by Shafkin. Completely blocked. He just got right in front of me and just put a big old hurting on. Okay, we're back down to just the 1 rider. I'm going to go away just again here.
Attacked by Rohan Dennis.
Now we sit up. I'm going to sit on for a second. I'm not necessarily actually trying to leave these guys behind. I'm just thinning the group out a little bit, and then I'm going to go collect some KOM points. And now we sit up, and nice and easy. Okay, so we're down to a group of 9 at this point. Obviously, some of them will come back. The first 2, maybe the one after that, but that'll take us to about 12 riders. So we have Dumoulin, Moss, Martinez, Froome, Thomas, Benoot, Uran, Hershey. We're really getting down to that final 6 guys or so. My recovery is going just fine here. $34-second gap. It's actually getting bigger, and it's just staying the same. Those guys are coming back now. There we go. 11 riders. 12 riders. But again, not 17, and definitely not going the other way. So the groups behind just cannot keep up with our climbing pace. And we'll just slowly get thinner and thinner, this group. Okay, already back to full strength here. Fully recovered. Little sprint point. No time bonus. Had to make sure. $18. Oh, we're bigger now. We are just so slow down these descents. There's just no work. There's no controlling the pace. Moscon just went to the front, but he's not riding hard at all. So we're up to 20. We're growing. That climb wasn't as bad, though. This next climb, the intensity, I think, will go smaller and actually stay smaller. Massey still 340 behind. You can see how quickly the time gap's coming down. He's pulled back 20 seconds in a very short period here. But now we begin the climb. 28 riders. Now, I am too far back, and I do not like being in this position, so I'm going to squeeze my way back to the front and then sit up. There we go. Case Bowl working. Case Bowl is here. How is he here? Case Bowl. Oh, it's not Case. Okay. It's Jan Bowl. It's Jan, right? Jan. Massey is back. Wow, he was 340 behind moments ago. We're back to 54 in the peloton. Jeez, and he's fresh. That's how slow we are going over these last two climbs. Well, over that descent, really. We just let most of the field back in. Massey, there you go. Tempo. Gonna ride tempo. We're down to 40k. I need to get water again, but it can wait till this group thins out. Alright, Massey. Put a hurting on. You're going to get dropped. I don't care. 2k to go.
Attacked by Rohan Dennis.
I will fully recover, so this is fine.
Attacked by Rohan Dennis.
Second over the top's okay with me, because I have the points already. Okay, small group of 4, but 40 riders still chasing us. That is not a big gap. Let's get that water now while it's 4 riders. Now it's 21 riders over the top. Okay, got the water quick and easy. Massey got water himself as well. He's in the third group behind, a minute down. So I have Shavkin, Bilbao, and who's the other one with me? Who's the other 24 with me? We're back to the main group. Back to 28. Massey just 52 seconds behind. 48. I think he'll get back in time. 41. 37. Yeah, down to 30 seconds. That 16 will make contact. And then Massey will have to put the work in again. Now the final climb's the big one. 9% average. 13.5 max. 12k climb. And the worst of it is at the start. 20 seconds. Massey just about to make contact. 18. And there you go. He's back. Now we'll put him on protect, because there will be attacks in this climb. and thinning the group out doesn't matter anymore. Keeping my energy resistance as high as possible for the final push is what we need. Even though I'm kind of tempted to have Massey go aggressive at the base, so we really get down to just those last few guys, and then this climber takes it, but I don't know. That doesn't normally go well for me. So keep myself fresh for as long as possible. Almost done on the valley. We're about to begin the climb. There we go. 12K to go in the stage. We're in a good position. Jumbo Vismo. Working at the front. Pozzo Vivo. Bull. There's Mulan right behind me. Gotta be wary of jumping edge to edge. I kind of want to stick to the middle. Froome, Froome. Hey, there's my name. I have fans. Woo! .54 in the group. Pace is definitely not bad right now. In fact, the group behind us is gaining. But we're going to get through this hardest section, and then it's going to get easier. I don't know if that's a good thing. I think I'm tempted to have Massey put a little pressure on this field. Here we go. Here comes the acceleration. It's Regil. Let's make sure he's just going to work. No, he's going to attack. All right. Change of strategy. I'm going to go 90. I'm going to follow you. Margil's lead is holding. Let's go slightly faster. We still haven't dropped anybody. There we go. Here goes Moss. Here goes Hershey. Moss going for the win. Come on, Massey. Transcend. You're giving me a head start on this. And now it's my turn. Now we go get him. There's Hershey. There's Moss. That's the one we got to catch. Okay, we don't need to go this fast. By the way, I've left Mulan behind. Barguil, Hershey, the only ones with me, and I just left them behind. Now I just need to catch Moss. And we're at a good tempo here. We'll catch him quick. And then we're going to sit up. Except for he's trying to attack again. Oh, we're going to sit up a bit. Come back at him later. Wait! Come on, Gel. 4K to go. He's going to ride away from me. I ran out of energy here. It's a minute behind.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
45 seconds behind. I'm losing ground here. I'm going to come back into the group. So for now we read 99, and then these guys are going to come back at me well before the finish. It's group of 6. Hopefully it's a small group that catches me, otherwise I'm in real trouble later too. Group of 4 now, 20 seconds. We're going to be sitting up in a moment. Let's go maintain position and be ready for it. I'm down to that 146. Can I recover a little? 145. There it is. Okay, just starting to recover. It's a minute and a half. Moss has got this thing won. 1.4K. Come on. Mulan's riding away. Now we're down to 3rd place. That's what I get for trusting Massey and not just covering it myself. Trusting that Massey can keep the gap close. And then I would just have an easy time closing it, and that wasn't the case. Wasn't the case. I needed to cover that myself. when Moss first went, I used Massey to keep the gap, and he didn't keep the gap. And then I had to then work on the gap myself. Didn't work too hard, I didn't work too fast, but I burnt some energy to close him down, slowly but surely. But then, the moment I made contact with him, he attacked again. And I couldn't keep with that one. And I did not slow myself down enough at that point. I messed that up. But at the same time, hard difficulty. He shouldn't have had that amount to make another attack. He made the first attack in the first place and went that hard. His resistance is the same as mine. So he shouldn't have been able to make 2 hard attacks. He made 2 hard attacks. I made 1 soft chase. My resistance was gone. His was able to do that twice. Where does he get that second acceleration from? That's playing on hard. So I finished 5th, but I was with Benoot and Froome. Moss and Dumoulin rode away, so they're going to win the race. I'm going to take 3rd overall. I will at least win the KOM and the under 25s. And it's still a decent result overall. The team, of course, wanted me to win, but you got to send me more than 1 climber if you want me to win some races. I was actually kind of surprised I was in this position in the first place, but then again, it comes back to, well, those guys didn't have exactly the best support around them either. But the pressure was on me because I was up on the stage.
Now for the race highlights.
Went well through 3 climbs. Went well through halfway up the 4th climb. I don't know, it didn't go well halfway through the 4th climb, the very beginning of the climb. Pace wasn't there, so it wasn't hurting anybody else. So it wasn't getting us down to who's going to be the better pure climber. It was going to come down to resistance at the end, and it did. Really? I was with Froome and Benoot. You're calling that 14 seconds? It was like half a wheel behind Benoot, but whatever. Dumoulin 30 seconds up, so it's enough. Moss wins by 1.5 minutes. Dumoulin, 1:05. I'm well clear of everybody else. I mean, I'm in a good position overall, but unfortunately, I lose the points to Moss, but I do win the KOM. I do win the under 25s. 11th as a team isn't the worst. But there's your teams that came with decent total team. And then my closest competitors, right, they struggled too. Astana way down in 17th. Sunweb way down in 19th. So the 3 of us would have been a lot more dominant if we had good riders with us. I still pick up 62 points, and I suppose that's good, because at this point I really need to get another level. My big hope is next season with good team support that I can go out there and dominate. This season, any result I can get, I will take. I certainly take part of the blame for trusting Massey to do the chase at that point and having the ability to keep a decent gap to Moss for a little bit to let Moss burn energy, and then I would then save energy and only be a little behind him. But I was more than a little behind him, and it was not long that Massey was able to try to... Yeah, Massey lost a lot of ground, and quick. All right, well, that wraps up the Dauphine. Now, looking at our calendar. Dauphine done. We have a race I've never even heard of, but it does have an interesting profile. I wouldn't quite call those mountain stages. I mean, they'll be a small group, but they don't finish as a mountain. Well, this one at least finishes uphill. But we're on to the National Time Trial. And National Road Race. Road Race could favor me. Could. It's going to be hard to stay away that long after that climb, but could certainly give it a shot. 18K flat profile, not the best, but I've got a chance at that jersey. And then we're into the Tour de France. So, next episode we will be underway on the Tour de France after getting through the Nationals. We'll go ahead and do this race off camera, and then I'll see you for the National Time Trial of the U.S. at the beginning of the next episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Not the result I was hoping for, but the result that I had expected initially. Figured a top 3 would be about what we could do for this one, and here's your top 3 in the ranking. So we are kind of a cut above the rest this season, it looks like. Still leading the Super Prestige at this point, so that's at least one small victory there. But I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye for now.